We are putting an Evo steering wheel in my base Lancer. So I've been kind of wanting to show you guys this kind of stuff, you know, here and there, just to, if you want to do mods at home, you can. All you need is a T30 Torx socket with a ratchet. Pretty self-explanatory. There's 2 holes, access holes on both sides. So like a 3 and 10 or 3 and 9. There's 2 access holes here. You unscrew these Torx. Your airbag will come out. A couple of connectors, and then there's a 17 mil.
So I'm just curious, but when you do this, is it a good idea to disconnect the battery?
It's to your discretion.
To your discretion.
A lot of, like for these cars here, it doesn't rent for me. I've never had a bad experience. Technically, by the book, you are supposed to take the battery terminal off just to make sure nothing's energized. But I've done so many of these where I forgot the power was on, and I'm just like, okay.
At LT Fastworks, we have a thing called Kyle style, and this is
Kyle
style.
What a wanker. On the back here, you got your yellow tang here. You just pull that down. That comes off. You got a ground for your horn.
Yep.
There's that.
Perfect. And what's next after that?
Next is on the clock spring. There is a black circular thing here with a pigtail. You just unplug that one too. Okay. Then you take your impact.
What's that?
A whopping 17 mil.
Perfect.
Okay. Now, this is my famous trick here. You put your hands on the back here and just comes right off.
Perfect.
You install a Evo 10 steering wheel on a base Lancer. Make sure that this is generally where you had left it, okay? You don't want to be moving it side to side, spinning it around, because you'll fuck that up, and that's a couple $100. I'm sure none of y'all want to spend that money on that. Spend it on turbo parts. You just kind of want to look at it, see if you're in the middle there. Generally looks in the middle. The car needs to go for an alignment anyways, so I'm not too worried about it. You know, if you want to go 1 tooth back or whatever. Good, okay. I give it that little slam because it's a tapered shaft, so when you go and suck it down with the bolt, it's like a press fitting. That makes sense. So now I'm just going to tighten it up. For me, that's good enough because it's not like I'm going to be rallying the car. I got one over there. It's an inside joke. But yeah, it's basically the reverse of how you took it apart. So you just want to
Follow the same steps.
basically, yes. A lot of the steering wheels have a little access port in the bottom part, so you can just push that plastic part out to get to your connectors or whatever. Let's see here. You don't want to mess this up because there is a spot specifically for the ground, and sometimes it'll fall off and you won't have a horn anymore. Trust me from experience. See, then we're gonna plug it back in. As you can tell, there's still power in the car, right?
And like you said, with discretion.
With your discretion on how you feel comfortable with the car. If you feel competent enough to do it yourself, horn works. And now it's time to bolt the airbag back up to the steering wheel.
Perfect.
I will say this too, when you're tightening up your steering or your airbag, your T30 bolts, give it a little bit of a wiggle because sometimes it won't line up and it feels like it's going in, but it's not. So to give it that little bit of a wiggle, you'll get your bolt holes lined up. Easy peasy. Me, I'll thread them in by hand, and then I'll just take my ratchet and just give it a quarter turn. It doesn't need to be too tight. It's not
Just
like you're
snug fit.
Because if you do got to take it off, you don't want to be so tight where you're having to drill it out.
Yeah. Right. That's how you get strip bolts and nuts. And
Yeah, and using proper torques.
Of course. Again.
T30. T30 is
Again,
17.
you've learned this from experience.
Yeah, buddy. There was one steering wheel, I just said, fuck it. I wound up drilling out the bolts, and I wound up putting in 10 mil bolts.
Crazy.
Yep. So anybody could steal my steering wheel.
Yeah. So now I have a curious question, and I'm sure the viewers are wondering as well. But what is the difference between a Evo steering wheel and a regular Lancer steering wheel?
It's the look.
It's the look.
Like for an example, right now I have carbon fiber, like a plate just sitting on top of it, but it's just overall the look. It makes it look more sporty. It makes it look more. How do I say? It's like a driver's thing.
It's like a driver mod.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's the thing that you
overall,
hold the most, right? So
Yeah. For me, it's just the look. The base Lancer steering wheel, I feel like they could have done a little bit better, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's kind of nice to have these steering wheels go into rally arts or Evos, and you can just pick them up for like $500-600,
yeah,
slap them in and go, right?
and it's a pretty like
Like I'm done now. Like
yeah, it's a
was-
straightforward mod.
yeah, it was like what?
It's a-
10 minutes,
Yeah,
if that,
it's,
and I
it's
was.
almost like a shift knob, but I mean like
Yeah, it's basically like a shift knob. So
Yeah.
it's like it's something that you see. Like for example, my shift knob, it's carbon fiber. I wanted to keep the carbon fiber some theme going around here because like another carbon fiber piece.
yeah,
It's something that I've had, and I was like, why not?
for sure.
So I was gonna buy another one and put it in here and have two Evo steering wheels, but I don't need an Evo steering wheel for my rally car.
No,
No.
awesome.